Hi everyone, welcome back to Stella Rose Bella, where I talk about the latest Asian drama, music, and shows. So I haven't uploaded for a month, and there's a good reason because I was away. I was in Guangzhou, and I vlogged for a bit, so that will be coming up soon. But today I want to talk about the latest drama called 长风渡. In English, it's called Destined. And who's in it? There's Ting, who plays Gu Zhousi, and Song Yi, who plays Liu Yuru. So let's get into it. So when the drama first started, I thought it was gonna be one of those dramas again where like the female lead and the male lead, like they had some like misunderstanding and they end up like not liking each other, like first like bad impressions of each other. So I was like, it's not one of those dramas again, is it? I was like, oh no. I was like, why? Why is it like this? No. So in the beginning, I was like, ah, oh, man. So, but then when I heard parts of the Guangboju of the original, like the novel, I really loved the female characters that are in there. So I feel like when you're watching the drama, you can sort of separate the original and the drama separately. I'm not sure it's because this drama is still going on, so you can't really see the female character's like strong side. You can sort of see it, but not as much as I want to. So that's how I feel about it, anyways. I think one thing that's different from this drama and the other dramas is the relationship between the mother-in-law and Yuru's character. So the day after like the ceremony, the wedding ceremony and everything, um, Yuru like is like sad and everything, and like the mother-in-law goes and like talks to her, and like she finds out that she was actually supposed to like they were almost she was almost going to like there she was going to marry Ye Shian, but at the end ends up marrying Zhou Si instead. And so like the mother-in-law like finds out and like the whole process and everything, and she's like, okay, it's our fault at first, and like and everything. So but since you're like in this family now, you're part of the family, and she's like, I'll treat you and everything. And I was like, whoa, this is like very different from the other dramas that I've seen like in recent years, because I feel like this relationship, you don't see it as much anymore. You do see it like a like you do see it, but not as often. So that's how I would describe it. But I really loved that. I was like, whoa, this is interesting. This is very different. Another thing that I find is the how Josi and Yuru. So when Josi finds out like how Yuru was like treated in her family, and he's like, okay, I feel like for Yuru, I have to give her something. And so like he told his mom like, why don't we give these stores to Yuru like under her name, and the money that they earn, it goes to her. So I was like, whoa. I was like, even though like in the beginning he didn't really have like good impressions of her, but then he like understands like her and her story. And I was like, okay, it's like I don't like you like romantically, but then I respect you. Another scene that you can sort of see the change in their relationship is when uh Iru is harassed by this guy. And so Josu goes and tries to get an apology, like in public, in front of everyone, and he sort of like hurts himself. And I feel like that was such a big change, and it's sort of like a 名场面 in not only in the it's like in the original, like in the novel, it's like such a big like 名场面. And so I was like, whoa. And then but also there's another scene where like Yiru goes in and finds Jiu with the Jian, and just tells him all about like how she was supposed to have this like plan, this like life and everything, but she ends up with you and everything. And I was like, whoa. So I guess like in a sense that sort of shows like their relationship, but also like Yuru's character, like how she's like very different from like the female characters that you usually see in dramas. So she basically she shows that even though she's like very like 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 how she followed the rules and everything, like nice and everything, but she has a side where she's like strong, and she's like, I am this person and everything. And I was like, I really loved that scene. And yeah, and I just really liked these scenes, and that's like sort of like what drew me into this drama. So in this drama, there's also the growth part for Josu and all the characters. It's when Josu's family is sort of like ruined in like one day. It's like gone, and like his friends are also like also their families are in like trouble as well. And so I just feel like that whole turning point, not only is it for the character but also in the whole story, because in the whole story, in the way in the beginning, in the few episodes before, you see that this like the city, these people, there's like all these colors and so exciting and so peaceful and everything. But then if you remember in the beginning of the drama, the narrator talks about how this time that they're in is a chaotic like time, and the laws there are there, but it's not really enforced. You don't really, it's like not really like enforced, and like people don't really follow the laws and stuff. It's sort of like along those lines, okay? So it's sort of like the law is there, but really like people are really, like, are they scared of it? Not really. So I was like, okay. And like I feel like this whole thing is sort of sets up for the rest of the drama, because I feel like in the beginning I feel like, oh, it's one of those like dramas where it talks about like, oh, the relationship between the female lead and the male lead, and I was like, okay, but what's the point of the story? It's sort of like, what does this story say about like the society and like what these characters do? And I feel like for this drama, it really shows like, oh, okay, for the people, for like this country and everything. And I was like, yes, like this is like something. So I really loved this aspect of this drama. And so I was like, wow. So you see the growth in all the characters from Josu to Yuru and like everyone. And it's sort of like within like that night or that episode, everything changes for the storyline that goes like forward. And I was like, wow, this is like it's such a fast paced like storyline. And I was like, what? So far I do like this drama. I am loving it. I wish that the female characters were much stronger than I like imagined it to be, because based on what I've seen on the internet, like excerpts of the novel, or like on Weibo, or like the Guangboju parts, I would have to say you need to separate them, like the original to and the drama itself. I feel like the female characters, especially that they have in there, I feel like it could have been more than what I see in the drama. I'm not sure if because it's still like sort of in the beginning of the drama, but not really like already halfway in the drama already. So I wish there were more of the strong aspects that I like want to see but don't really see. And so yeah, and I feel like what really drew me in the drama was when they promoted it on Douyin. Like you hear in a part where like Yuru goes to the king in Qing for Josu. So I was like, oh wow, I was like, what is this? And it really drew me and like to the drama. Like it wasn't like I didn't really hear much about this project other than that they were working together, like Xiaobai and Zhongyi were working together, and so I was like, okay, but I had no idea what this story was about. But I heard that it was a good story. That's all I know, and so I was like, okay, okay. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what y'all think of this drama so far. What do you like about it? And yeah, so I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.